Hi, this is Sylvia. I am the B Hive manager from B Lab, and today I'm going to give you an overview of the B Hive so you can connect and collaborate on the B Hive. So first I'm going to go over the top navigation menu up here. Then I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of the front page. And then finally, I'm going to teach you how to adjust your profile and get help from B Lab in case you need it. So if we go to the first tab that's called B Corps, we are going to get a directory of B Corps, similar to the one that we have on our website, in which you can filter by region, by country, by state. Or you can find the B Corp directly by typing their name. And then once you click inside of the name, you're going to get a little bit more information. Then, once you know which B Corp you want to contact, you can go to the second tab, which is People, and you can sort people also by city and by state, by country, or you can search the company name at the top and it'll give you the list of people who work there. So for example, if we type Allbirds, we're going to get a list of the people who work there, and then once you click on their name, you're going to be able to see their profile. And this is why we encourage people to really fill their profile, is because all of this is searchable and available for others to see. So please upload your photo, a description of what you do, your address, and your title at the company that you work at. And once you're in this profile, you can click here in your version of the B Hive. This will say message, and here we would message. And you would write a subject and a message, and depending on what that person's notifications are set as, they will receive an email letting them know that you have emailed them, messaged them on the B Hive. And most people's notifications are going to send them email once you message them on the B Hive. Then we have the Groups tab, in which you'll find different interest groups. Some are public, some are private, depending on what they are. And you should be able to join all the public ones and then request access to the private ones that you think you should be a part of. And then within a group, to give you an example of what it looks like, let's open Champions Retreat. And you are going to see a description of the group. The members who are currently a part of the group are here. And then you can add new members here that you think should belong to the group. You can also upload files for members from the group to see up here, add files. And then you can always post. So to post, you can set a question, a post, a poll, or an announcement if you're a group owner. A question is something that people can respond to, and you can select the best answer. A post is just something that you want to share with a community that doesn't really require a response. And either one can be tagged with topics, which is going to determine where they show up. So I encourage you to tag, especially with one of the 5 impact areas if possible. So workers, environment, community, customers, or governance. And then other things that you think are relevant, like location, or for example, equity, diversity, and inclusion, or connect and collaborate with others. And all those topics will be tagged to your message. And then finally, if you don't see a group that you want to have, so for example, there have been some requests to create a finance group, which we don't have yet, then you click here, form a group, and you fill out a form that will come to me requesting to form a group. We highly recommend that before you request to form a group, you have talked to other members of the community who are also interested in having this group and who will support you in maintaining that group. Then we have discounts, which is an opportunity for you to share your products and services with the community. So you can click here to offer a discount, or you can click into a discount to take advantage of that discount. Also sortable by subcategory and region available. We suggest that companies offer each other like 20 to 30% discount. However, most of the discounts that we have are a little bit lower than that, but they don't tend to be as successful as higher discounts. So I would suggest that you do that. Then we have articles and resources, where you will find articles on best practices and ways to navigate sort of B Lab resources and processes like recertification, or For example, here we can read about We the Change, the Women CEO-led group, different things on how to improve your impact and so on. And these are also sortable by the topics that are on the left-hand side. And then finally, in the top navigation menu, we have topics, which is another way to navigate all of the content that lives on the B Hive. Again, these are the 5 main impact areas and then other things that we think are important. And then once you click into one of those topics, you will get all the discussions that are tagged with that topic and the articles that are tagged with that topic. So it's just another way to find this information. And when you're in here, if there's a topic that you really care about, then you can follow that topic, and I'll show you in a second where that will go on the front page. So let's go back to home and have a look at the feeds. So the feeds are this section right here. There are 4 feeds. The first one is called B Announcements, and it's meant to be announcements from B Corps to B Corps. So if there's anything that you want to make public to the whole community, you should tag that topic as B Announcements. And I can show you how to do that in a minute. And it'll show up in this feed right here. Then we have this feed called B News, which is meant to be from B Lab and global partners to the community. And this is sort of official information that we want you to have easy access to. So for example, here we have the B Hive user guide, and we have news from Michelle Reed in B Lab Canada, and we have Beelan from B Lab in New York sharing some news about the founders. I shared one of our official marketing campaigns and so on. So you can get that here. Then we have discussions, which is basically a feed that collects all the information in public groups and puts it here so you can see what conversations are going on beyond the things that you directly follow. And finally, my feed is the feed where the things that you follow will go. So the people that you follow and the topics that you follow and the groups that you belong to will populate this feed right here. And in any of these messages that you see on these feeds, you can click into the message and you can respond, right? So you can write an answer here, and when you write an answer, you can add emojis or photos or links if you have any links that you want to add. So back in the home page, let's just go over the things on the rest of the page. Here you have recent messages, and you can start a new message if you want. You can also post to ask the community, and once you post in here, it's going to go directly into discussions, the feed over here. So you click here, you can pick a topic that your question is related to, and then you ask the question, and that's again going to go right here in discussions. Then we have a B Lab help desk button, which is very useful if you have any questions. So you just click in there, and you're going to get a form which will make a ticket for you in our support system, and this is the most effective way to get help from B Lab. You write the subject, the ticket type, the description, and submit, and I will actually be on the other side answering your questions. Then we have a Twitter feed, which is basically retweeting about B Corps and what's going on in the B Corp movement and the different global partners. So you can get a little bit of the news here if you don't actually follow all these accounts on Twitter. And then you have the leaderboard, which are our top B Hive users in terms of points. So we'll show you in a second what gaming is about, but these are the people who are most active on the B Hive and have earned these different badges for their activity. So now I'm going to tell you how to change your profile. So if you go into profile under your photo, you can change your photo there. You can write a description, and I encourage you to be very complete in writing your description. You can include the university that you attended, your areas of expertise. You can add your website if you want, like I did. And it's important for you also to write the address, as we are going to start using zip codes to show people what their B local should be. So if you can do that too, that would be useful. And your title and company, of course. And then this is another way that you can post without going into a specific group, is from your feed. You can choose again, post, question, or poll. And you can write your question and tag it as a topic. So for example, if you wanted to show in that main page feed that I showed you before, you can tag it as the announcements, and it'll show up in that front page feed. And then basically this collects all the posts that you've had over time, so you can also track your activity. And then here on the right hand side, you see the points depending on how many people I follow, how many people follow me, how many posts I've made, comments I've gotten, likes I've received, and that adds up to the score, which determines what badge I am. And this is actually the third category. So even though I'm on the B Hive every day, I'm like nowhere near the top people. Then we have some recognition badges, which this is because I'm B Lab staff, this is because I'm a B Hive manager, but some people, for example, have Best for the World badges here, and in the future we will have different badges depending on people's activity on the B Hive. And then this little bell right here is going to give you all the warnings of like messages that you get, and like when people mention you in different discussions and things. So that's how you know when that happens. And yeah, finally, I just want to say, if you have any questions, you can contact me by sending me a direct message. You can find me as Silvia, Silvia Lacerna, and message me on the B Hive, or you can click the B Lab help desk, and as long as it mentions the B Hive, I will be the person receiving that message and helping you sort that out. So I hope this was helpful, and that you are eager to connect with each other and help each other. If you don't see something that you need, or you have any feedback, please let me know. We will be promoting sort of like a survey that we have to give me feedback, so we can continue to make the B Hive an awesome place to be and share. So please keep an eye out for that and participate if you can. Thank you so much. Bye.